In this problem, we are told to solve for x, and we are told that the determinant of this entire matrix right here is negative 16. It's the determinant because it's got these vertical lines on either side. And so to find the determinant, first thing I want to do is copy down the first two columns. So I'm going to get 2xx and then x1 and negative 2. So I'm going to multiply across this way, so x times 1 times negative 3. It's going to give me a negative 3x. And then I'll multiply across here. I get negative 2 times negative 2 times 2 gives me a 8. So it's going to be plus 8. And then x times 3 will give me a 3x squared. So I'm going to add those together and then multiply across this way. I get 2 times 1 times 3. It's going to give me a 6. Multiply across here, x times negative 2 times x will give me a negative 2x squared. And then multiply across this way, I get 3 times x times negative 2. It's going to give me negative 3 times x times negative 2 will give me a positive 6x. So now I'm going to take this right here, subtract that by the top part up here. So that's going to equal negative 16. So I'm going to have 6 minus 2x squared plus 6x, and then minus each part of this, minus a negative 3x will be a plus 3x, minus an 8 will give me a minus 8, and then negative times a 3x squared will give me a negative 3x squared, and that's all equal to negative 16. So now I can combine like terms. I get a negative 5x squared, and then 6x and the 3x will give me a 9x, and then negative 8 plus the 6 will give me a negative 2, and that's all equal to negative 16. So I'm going to start over on this other page and pick up from here. So from here I want to get everything onto one side, and I want the 5x squared to be positive instead of negative. So I'm going to move everything to the right side. So that's going to give me a positive 5x squared minus 9x. It's going to be a positive 2 plus the negative 16, so that's going to give me actually a negative 14. And that's all going to be equal to 0. Now I'm trying to find x, so now we have a quadratic equation that I can factor. So this one will factor properly. So I'm going to have a 5x here and a 1x here. And I can use trial and error to figure out what goes in the other two spots. So I'm looking at the 14. If I put a 14 here and then a 1 here, that's going to give me a, let's see if that's negative, this is positive, that's going to give me a negative 14x, and then plus a 5x, which will give me a negative 9x back out. So this works good, and now I need to find x from here. So I set each part equal to 0, so this part I'm going to get 5x minus 14 equals 0, and then this part I'd get x plus 1 equals 0. So x would either be negative 1 or 5x equals 14, or x would equal 14 over 5. So these two are my final answers.